Plant one coin in the ground, water it, nothing happens. Wait a year, nothing. Wait another year, okay, a tiny tree. Wait 10 years, and that little tree is dropping coins of its own. Wait 30, and those coins have grown into trees, and their coins into more trees, until one single coin has quietly become a forest. That's compound interest, the closest thing to magic that money has ever had. And here's what nobody told me. I didn't plant my first coin until I was 43, and I was dead certain I'd missed the whole thing. I was wrong. By the end of this, you'll understand exactly how this works, why everyone obsesses over time, and why starting late still wins. No equations, no jargon. And wherever you are in the world, the rule is exactly the same. You've heard the line, compound interest is the eighth wonder of the world. Some genius supposedly said it, everyone repeats it, and you nodded along like you understood, while quietly having no idea what it actually means or how to use it. That was me for years. I see the words compound growth on a chart, and my eyes would glaze over. It sounded like something from mathematicians and 25-year-olds with 4 decades to burn. So today, no formulas, no jargon, just a coin, a tree, and the one idea that changes how you look at every single dollar you own. Here's the real problem. It's not that compound interest is complicated, it's that nobody explains it in a way you can actually feel. They show you a curve that goes up, say, see, magic, and move on. So one of two things happens. Either you ignore it because it's boring and abstract, or, and this is the expensive one, you quietly decide it's too late for you. Compounding only works if you start young, and I didn't, so why bother? That single belief has cost late starters more money than any bad stock ever has, because the truth is the exact opposite of what that fear is telling you. Let me show you with a coin and a tree. So what actually is compound interest? Forget the textbook. Here's the whole thing in one sentence. Your money makes babies, and then those babies make babies. Plant $100 that grows 10% in a year, and now you've got 110. Simple. But here's the magic. The next year, you don't just earn on your original 100, you earn on the 100 and the 10. That $10 baby is now having babies of its own. Add nothing, do nothing, and your money keeps multiplying on top of its own growth. That's it. That's the whole wonder of the world. Money that earns money on money it already earned.
But Jake, isn't that just saving? No. And this is the part that matters most. Saving is a pile. You add coins, the pile gets taller, but the pile itself does nothing. It just sits there. Worse, because of inflation, prices creep up about 2 or 3% a year, so a pile of cash quietly shrinks in what it can actually buy. A $4 coffee costs $5 in a few years. Your saved cash buys less. Investing is different. You're not stacking coins, you're planting them so they grow faster than prices rise. That gap, your money growing 6 or 7% while prices rise 3, is the whole difference between standing still and actually getting ahead. So why does everyone bang on about starting early? Because compounding is a snowball and time is the hill. At the top, it's pathetic. Roll it a few feet and it's barely bigger. That's your first few years. It feels like nothing's happening. You water the tree and nothing. But every year the ball is bigger, so it grabs more snow each turn. The growth isn't a straight line. It bends upward, and most of the action happens near the very end. Let me make that real. 2 friends. Amy invests $200 a month from 25 to 35, just 10 years, then stops and never adds another cent. Ben starts at 35 and invests $200 a month for 30 straight years. Who has more at 65? Amy, the one who put in a third as much money because her coins had more time to snowball. That is how violently time bends this curve. Now, if you're a late starter, that story probably stung. So here's the lie hidden inside it and the truth nobody tells you. The lie is, the snowball only works from the top of the hill, and I'm halfway down, so forget it. The truth? You do not need 40 years for compounding to do serious work. You need enough years, and 15 or 20 is plenty for the curve to start bending hard. Money roughly doubles every decade or so at a healthy return. So the coin you plant at 45 can double, and those doubles start stacking right when you need them. You will not out-compound the 25-year-old. That race is over, and it does not matter, because you are never racing them. You're racing the version of you that does nothing. And against that version, starting today, you win by a landslide. The best time to plant the tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is right now. And one last thing they really don't tell you because it isn't fun. Compounding does not care which direction it runs. It works just as hard against you. That's exactly what a credit card is. Compound interest pointed at your face. Carry a balance at 20% and your debt makes babies too, except those babies are coming after you. Same magic, opposite direction.
Which is why the same force that quietly builds wealth also quietly buries people in debt. So how do you actually put this to work? 3 moves. 1. Kill high-interest debt first. That's compounding running against you at full speed, and no investment reliably beats a 20% credit card. Put it out before you do anything else. 2. Plant something that actually compounds, not a savings account, but a low-cost, broad investment that grows over time, and set it to buy automatically so you can't talk yourself out of it on a scary day. And it does not have to be much. Even 50 or 100 a month, planted every month and genuinely forgotten about, is a real tree in 15 years. The amount matters far less than the not stopping. 3. And this is the hardest thing in all of investing. Then do nothing. Leave it alone. Let the babies have babies. Almost every beginner mistake is just impatience wearing a costume, panicking and selling when the snowball wobbles, expecting it to be huge by year 2, or chasing some get-rich-quick scheme that's really compounding pointed at someone else's pocket. Plant it, automate it, leave it. One tool makes all of this real. Any free compound interest calculator. I use the government Money Smart one, but search and you'll find a dozen wherever you live. Put in a starting amount, a monthly contribution, the years you've actually got left, and a growth rate around 7%. Then look at the final number and notice how much of it is money you never put in. That part is the babies. When you see in real dollars how much of the future wealth is growth instead of your own contributions, this stops being a YouTube idea and becomes something you go and do this week. I planted my first coin at 43, fully expecting to be too late. Today, a real chunk of my money is growth I never worked for, trees doing the work while I sleep. I'm not going to pretend I'll match someone who started at 20. I won't, and I genuinely don't care. What I have is a snowball that's finally rolling on a hill that is still plenty long enough to matter. That's the real result, not a magic number, a force that's now on my side instead of against me, compounding quietly every single day for the rest of my life. And the wild part? I did almost nothing to earn it, except plant the coin and refuse to dig it back up. So before you go, 2 quick things. If this finally made compound interest click, hit subscribe and stick around. I explain this stuff in plain English for people getting serious about money a little later than they planned, wherever in the world you are. And tell me in the comments, how old are you and have you planted your first coin yet? Be honest, I read every one. One honest note said plainly and with no lawyers harmed, I'm not a financial advisor and this isn't financial advice. It's the idea, not a recommendation. Do your own research and if you can, talk to a licensed professional before you invest. It's not too late. Let's go.